What is going on, everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Lights. I am very excited for this race. I feel like I say that every single time, but you know what? It's because it's true. I love broadcasting these races, and I love every single driver that comes on out and races these races. Well, this is the MRL Monday Night Lights at Charlotte. We just got done with two races here at Charlotte, both won by different drivers. So unlike the real life NASCAR series where they got their first wins, we had that trend for the first 2 weeks in this mini series of people getting their first wins. Unfortunately, last week was the first race to snap that record, and this week now we had a returning driver come and get their wins on Saturday as well as last night on Sunday. Monday, though, is a whole different beast. Monday is one of those nights that I arguably think has the best going for it because they see. I like that. I don't like that. I'm going to do that and avoid that. I feel like Monday is probably the most strategic here, but I'm not the one racing. So what do I know, honestly? But joining me up here in the booth, actually, as a not just an in-race reporter, we will have the current points leader. That is going to be Nathan, Agent Orange. That is going to be he's going to be joining us here later on. He's not quite in the party yet. However, joining me up in the booth, we have T-Bird. T-Bird, of course, co-owner and racer of the Chaos Crew, teammate with Justin Shackett. Finished P6. As I say that, there's Nathan joining the voice chat, as you do. And we are already broadcasting, just letting you know.
Okay.
And because of that, we have like I said, T-Bird, he finished P4 in the Cup Series on Saturday, as well as P9 last night. T-Bird, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Ooh, Nathan, just letting you know, you have a massive echo, my friend.
I was going to mention that.
How's that?
A little, yeah, there we go, much better. Thank you. T-Bird, Nathan, I was just kind of doing the introductions, just introducing both of you. I've said this from day one that Monday probably has the best strategic advantage. T-Bird, let's start with you. You were in the race, both I guess the previous two nights, both 100 laps. So, what do you think these drivers should be on the lookout for?
Um, well, first off, I'm going to take a look at the differences between Saturday and Sunday night in terms of strategy, because I think that's going to be a huge part tonight. Because normally in the Cup cars on Saturday, you'd be able to make it fine on just three stops and have like four runs about equal. But if you get stuck on that when you come to these Xfinity cars, there's less fuel and the fuel runs more when we come to these Xfinity cars. And last night, we saw, especially late in the race, where it came down to fuel mileage and actually caught both me and Justin out on that. And last night's race, granted, that was caused by caution, but even with a caution-free race tonight, that's still going to be around 25 laps per run. That's right about the edge of the window, so you got to keep an eye on that.
And that is a big thing. That's one of the things that I said last night. Is that depending on your setup, depending on how aggressive you are in each and every run, you may not be able to make the entire stint, the entire 25 lap window. However, that being said, Nathan, you were in this race last season. I know, I do believe we had two cautions spread out throughout that race, so like it wasn't a perfect a wedge of strategy that you could just be like, I'm going to pick this lap and make it to this lap and this lap. It was kind of like kind of fly by the seat of your pants. What aspects do you think you can bring from running this race already in last season to this season now?
Well, to be fair, I crashed last season and had to fight all the way back the whole race. So
So,
I was just in survival mode, honestly.
well, have you tried not crashing?
I have tried. I'm not too good at it.
Okay.
Join the club, Adrian. Join the club.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You put me at like Dover or Pocono, and I will be wrecking lap one, turn one, guaranteed. Don't count me out of that because I'm hitting that inside wall. But yeah, that is going to be. But Nathan, you never actually fully answered the question though. You did rally on back to finish on the podium in. In last season's race. Of course, being beat out by Cyber and Brandon, who had a really good run. Now,
Yeah.
because of that, like near flawless. I mean, they were out front like almost the entire race.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we have a bunch of new names that you may not recognize, some that you do. So I guess this question is for both of you, since you both have to deal with it. What is that aspect with racing with those that you don't quite know, but at the same time know that you know what, I can get it done?
I would say just so one of the big problems I see a lot is deep into a run is people getting too loose off of mostly turn four and smacking the wall on the outside in turn four, and then you do that one too many times, you're gonna get mired back in traffic, and then it just gets harder and harder to get back towards the front, especially around people you don't know who their driving style per se.
I get it. I get it. T-Bird, you want to add on to that before we go
Um,
into the actual race?
I think the biggest aspect of racing with people you never raced around before is learning like how they're going to take a corner compared to you. Because I'm going to just use an example. And Will Chris, who I raced with last night, and also raced with at Atlanta a couple weeks ago. Um, he races very aggressive entering the corner, where I tend to back mine off a bit more. So it's kind of like, all right, if he's behind me, how hard is he going to go in? Is he going to give me space? And you have to worry about that for like every new driver that you face. You don't know how they're going to run the corner behind you or in front of you, and that in turn can affect how you run.
And of course, that is going to be the big thing that we will find out. Saturday, we went caution free. On Sunday, we had, I do believe, Saturday. Saturday, we had no cautions. Sunday, we had actually like five cautions, so or around that number, I do believe it was like four or five, if I counted correctly. Either way, it still comes down to strategy as well as we will see. But anyway, let's get into the pre-race notes, of course. So you guys will be able to hear everything that I'm going to be saying, just so there's not an awkward silence. So let's get into this now. All right, what's going on, guys? This is Private Patton. In case you are new here, which I do believe there is one brand new person here, that is Ty Racing. Welcome, welcome. In case you didn't read the rules, this is a no stage race, 50%er. So we're doing 100 laps tonight. Same thing with. Same thing what we've been doing the past two races. So 100 laps all around. The Xfinity cars, more pivotally though. With that, we are at Charlotte. So 100 laps. Stages are non-existent. Like I said, no stages. But however, you will have about a 25 lap window. So around a three and a half stopper, depending on when cautions fly. Draft will be on normal, and I'm expecting around 12 to 13 drivers tonight. So let's just definitely give a little extra space for those that have not quite have not quite raced with each other before. That being said, going onto pit lane, make sure he or she is signaling to get onto pit lane, and make sure your fellow competitors know that, hey, I am pitting. Because we've had an issue on Saturday with it, pitting from the middle lane. And so, yeah. T-Bird, I know knows about that. But anyway, from that, we have we're going to be doing the night race, of course. We will have the qualifying order posted in the lights chat. So in case you don't know about that, it's right there. If you are not on that, then that means you are a Sunday driver and you are starting in the rear. Other than that, we will be doing a pace lap of 60 miles per hour in order to get into qualifying pace. That means, or qualifying position, meaning that Cyber will have pole, um, and Nathan will have P2. So Cyber will have choice, though I can pretty much guarantee he's going to choose the bottom. Um, but yeah, 60 miles per hour. Green flag will be going at the end of the pace lap, at the line, not the restart zone. Any questions? We will be running auto cautions and not manual, so if the game doesn't call it, sorry. Any questions? Copy that. So with that, invites are about to go out here in one hot second. Just kind of surfing through everyone here. So if I do not get you in the first go around, I apologize. T-Bird, I'm inviting you in the first one. He is up here in the booth. Um, just do not accept it. First round is out. Who did not get an invite? I feel like there's something. Just the entire lap. Just get into position on your entire lap. If a person in front of you is not there, the line moves up, not the position. That's why.
What time we starting the counter?
What's up, Nathan?
What time we starting the counter?
9:06. So 9. Well, I mean, if everyone has an invite, then 9:10. Shoot.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, looks like no one's speaking up on not getting an invite. So with that, 9:10 is what we'll be rocking and rolling with. If you do need me, though, I will be up in the booth. So just holler at me if you need me.
Are we just gonna sit like silent for 4 minutes on the broadcast while we get this race started, or?
I keep muting myself. I'm sorry about that. Here I am talking, and that just keeps. My bad. Okay, you know what? Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But okay, what I'm saying though is we have a big difference in parity for points payers as well as those that aren't. We have Locris, Hunty, and Zander out of the 11 drivers that will be joining us tonight. Make that 12 drivers a late entry. That is Kalen. He will be joining us in the Cup Series next season. His first return. And his first return to the series since Homestead of last season. So he is looking for a return win here. Very interesting. So, okay, make that. So there is 9 points paying drivers and 3 non. So, anyway, who are your ones to watch here, T-Bird?
I'm gonna go with two. I'm gonna go with first one being your pole sitter in last season's Monday Night winner, Cyber. Absolutely fast here. Then bit of an underdog. I'm gonna go BD for make it 2 wins in 3 nights here. He looks very fast on Saturday. Was a pain to catch running behind him from experience, and he is very fast at this track, and I think he'll have something to say for Cyber and Zander, who are probably the favorites in this race.
I,
But
of
watch out.
course, of course. I want to. Oh, 1 second. We can talk about it here in a second. All right, it is 9:10. I'm going to unpause the timer. I only got one invite. Could I get more, please? So yeah, unpausing the timer. Good luck, guys. So yeah, I always want to say that the new guys always want to come out strong. So I'm looking at Ty Racing, as well as Kalen. I shouldn't really say Kalen's a new guy, but this is his first race for this fun season. So, and if anyone doesn't know Kalen, Kalen's fast. He's fast. So, and especially at Charlotte, where he was one of the favorites to win. We will have to see exactly where that kind of comes on out. Nathan, I'm gonna not Nathan T-Bird. I'm gonna send you another invite. Just don't take it yet. I am backing on out. Nathan, let me know when I can join.
And 4.
I do have it set for the night race, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
you do.
I always have to second guess myself on that. I did it last season. I set it for the day race, and it was a big yikes. All right, so we
You
can
can load
join.
in. Yep.
We can join.
Yep. T-Bird's not racing. He's just broadcasting.
All right. All right. So, wait, Nathan, what was your question?
I said is T-Bird's not racing. He's just broadcasting.
Yeah, he's just up here in the booth with me.
Okay.
So with that, like I said, we have a lot of interesting strategy here. So 12 drivers will be joining us tonight. So that means basically a guaranteed top 10. To kind of go through the rest of the running order. Of course, I already said the front row. That goes to Cyber and Nathan, Agent Orange. NASCAR Extreme would be taking P3, and Worst Cod will be taking P4, but that means Piper will be taking P3, and Clay P4, Loho P5, Heron P6, BD P7, Baseball P8. I have to go down a little bit here. Ty Racing P9, and then we have to go to the Sunday drivers to complete out the rest of their order. So that means Kalen would line up behind all of them. Since he is a new entry. But yeah, looks like Cyber is indeed taking the bottom. Who would have thunk? Honestly, okay, so here's actually a real question here. I mean, of course, you will have to be on the top side no matter what, whether it be on a restart or just the initial start. How would you guys approach taking the top side?
I don't know. I'm gonna see.
Oh, good talk.
I let out early and get back to it early. I guess about all you can do.
Easiest thing to do is if the car in third doesn't get going, you drop down to that bottom straight away. Otherwise, I think you have to stick it on the outside, hope the leader clears you and then comes up like you normally do on the back stretch of this place, and try to get the draft and keep a second that way. But
All right, but I'm definitely got to see exactly how that top side's going to roll, because we do have some fast guys up there. But it looks like the bottom lane, of course, is probably going to be the one to really rock and roll here. So, of course, everyone's itchy on their trigger finger right now, and 100 laps to go. We are green here for the North Carolina Drive for the Cure 250 for the Monday series. Okay, Cyber had a really good start, but Nathan had a really good start on the outside. Piper getting a little bit loose underneath, but he will kind of clear the pack as the one bounces, the 98 kind of bounced off the apron, hits the one into the wall. That is unfortunate from him right there. Zander making a big move from the back of the pack all the way to P9. So excellent job right there. And he is definitely looking forward as the 87. That is, okay, apparently 07, reason why he's the 87 is in a custom number, the 07 won't allow him to actually choose that number. So that's why he chose the 87. So I got clarification on that. But yeah, we have two of the racers here. That is Hunty in a pink car. Got to represent the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so excellent job repping the pink right there. As the 21 of Clay gets tight and slaps the wall right there, the 18 of Kalen's going to be clearing him, and he's going to go all the way to the back. So yeah, this is going to be a big thing that we're going to see is people getting loose, bouncing off the apron. I was talking about that since the beginning of the race week, honestly. You do not want to get into that rhythm of just constantly hitting the apron there.
Agent Orange makes a move for P2 on Piper, going down on the inside through 3 and 4.
Cyber had gone off to a great lead. PD mounting into P5. Actually, I'm already seeing a bit of a separation between these guys. I've been noticing that the past 2 nights, these guys are usually pretty packed together. I'm actually very surprised of how well these guys separated.
Yeah, I think a lot of the battling towards like the mid pack has really created like 2 sort of packs. One where they're just focusing on getting their lines in longevity, while the others continue to battle here.
Actually, it looks like looks like the 15 of Hunty actually kind of accidentally hit the 18 of I guess the real 18, the in-game 18 of Kalen, not Zander 18, as Zander himself is climbing through the board along with Lil Chris. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cut you off there, T-Bird.
No, you're good. As now BD goes side by side with Loho, and Zander gets underneath Lil Chris, both in 1 and 2.
Lil Chris actually giving a lot of space right there, but one thing you have to really watch out for, Zander was thinking about going 3 wide but thought against it, is you actually lose a lot of time by going side by side. You can actually see that Piper's actually starting to pull away a little bit as these guys are kind of going just separated right now, or trying to separate themselves, I should say. But Piper's actually able to extend his advantage a little bit, and so the longer you stay side by side, the more time you actually lose. So you want to get these passes done quick, fast, and in a hurry.
I think a bigger example of that is once everyone started battling behind the 2 leaders, they just checked out from the rest of the field.
Yeah, Nathan, actually, if you want to enlighten us on your strategy here, are you going to actually try to pass Cyber, or are you just going to work with him right now?
I think for this first little stint, I just want to work with him, just separate ourselves from the rest of this pack, and waste as little time as possible.
Well, you already are accomplishing that, as Piper actually looks like got tight or maybe loose off of 2, and now it is a mess of swarm back here, 2 by 2 by 2. Ooh, my goodness, that was 3 wide, 4 wide. Oh my goodness me, how did BD make it through that? Jeezums.
Also, how are they not scattered across the infield right now?
Yeah, my goodness.
Off each other, left, right, center. My goodness.
That was aggressive driving, but everyone held it straight. Oh my goodness, I got to get a replay of that. This is where I wish that 704 gave us replays, because that was insane. BD, I don't know, he gained probably 3 positions by going 4 wide. No contact, too. I don't know how that happened. Run it back. I mean, I want to see a replay of that. Sorry, go on, T-Bird. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It looks like a side effect of that whole calamities. Now they've gone single file and Will. So let's see if behind Will Chris, if they could start running down the 2 leaders out there now. Because I think they're going to just try to sing around and try to run them down.
Of course, you have. Oh, looks like Heron may have actually been slapped onto the outside wall. Looks like by Loho. It sounded like Loho kind of apologized right there. Hunty the biggest loser out of that is still in the back. That is actually very surprising. I don't know if Hunty is just taking it easy right now, or if he just has not had the luck in trying to move forward. But he is still way back here in P10. Nathan, what lap is it right now?
It is lap 13.
It's funny actually. That was the first the lap that I asked for the first lap count last night as well. It was actually exactly lap 13. All right, so we're actually halfway through this fuel run, T-Bird, and as you said, you're actually on the cusp of making it, like on the very edge of making it in the perfect 3-stop. I'm beginning to see a bit of a train forming behind little Chris here, and if I'm BD, Zander, and Kalen here, I think I'm actually starting to save. I think I'm trying to save as much as I can before we stop, because
you say that, and now Xander's shooting inside the BD for the spot.
well, keep in mind about what Zander accomplished last night. He was one of
That's also true.
Who knows? He may have already hit his fuel number right now, and we just don't know it. Because Zander, if anyone that isn't aware, that is not this 18. Of course, I have to clarify that. There's 2 18s here, because one runs for points on Sunday, one runs for points on Monday. The Zander, the one that's in P4 right now, let's actually go on board with him. This one was one of the only 2 that did not, or I guess 3 technically, in the top 5 that did not pit, and because of that, he won the race on fuel mileage. So in the garage, he's known as one of the best in terms of fuel saving. So if it comes down to a fuel race, he is definitely one to watch. T-Bird, I'm sorry.
I'm not even talking about last night. I'm remembering the Kansas race where he held me off while fuel saving at the same time. And it's just like, dude,
that race was fantastic, though. It was fantastic. It was a great race, because it was you, Zander, and UK all in a row, and you all were 3 wide to the finish. It was an insane race.
Yeah, but that's the thing with Zander is he just pulls fuel saves like out of his back pocket, and you don't know how until he's finished the race.
And I'm definitely seeing the field really starting to spread out right now. This 12 car field. Of course, you have the front 2 kind of out and away right now, but it looks like 2 car mini packs. Honestly, you have Cyber and Nathan front, first and second. Then you have Chris and Zander, P3 and 4. Those are the next 2. And then you have BD and Kalen, P5 and 6. And then behind them, you have Hunty and Piper, 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. I don't know if that's, obviously it's not intentional, but like, it's weird how that works out. I mean,
I think, and this is just what I noticed, when you're like the 3rd car in that line, the car like starts getting significantly tighter in like that draft. So I'm thinking it's just like the way the game is and what it forces you to do while you're the 3rd car, that's just easiest to run 2-2-2 like these guys are out here are doing.
I can understand that. And actually, that's what I'm thinking. That I mean, like at this point, as you kind of alluded to, handling is now going to start to be a huge thing. Remember, we're in the first stint. People are on base presets right now, which actually. Oh, we're gonna digress that here in a second. Let's see here. We're on a base preset right now, so like I run a preset 6 here. In the final 3 laps of my stint, I am loose. I am like wicked sideways, about to wreck loose. But when it comes to my adjustments, that's when it starts tightening up and the car starts feeling a little better. But because of that, though, you have like little adjustments that you can make just in your driving style, and honestly, that means I don't want to be. Ooh, someone sneezed on my Discord. I don't want to be leading. Essentially, I don't want to be leading a pack. I want to be following. But actually, we got the we got the alert, and actually, I think T-Bird, you were the first person to actually tell me this, that the next game won't actually have custom setups, so that is going to be huge. That means for anyone that is watching, we are having a brand new series come to Tuesdays. That is going to be like. I guess the quote-unquote regular championship. I haven't quite came up with a name yet. I'm leaning more towards the Millennium Super Cup series or the Challenge series, one of those two. But essentially, it's going to be stages, playoffs, the whole 9 yards, and that will run on Tuesdays along with the regular lights in Saturday Cup. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully, you guys are going to enjoy it as much as I'm just enjoying commentating the race right now because the races have been fantastic so far at Charlotte.
Yeah, I mean, granted, the main reason I love Millennium is the format that we run here with no stages. Is actually quite a good twist to most leagues which do run stages, is to have like that certainty of catching people back up. But I mean, but also stage racing, and it'll have its own benefits, and I think considering that it'll probably be a more open series where Saturday nights is going to be like the best of the best. I think you'll see a lot of different racing and a lot of new guys being able to showcase their talents on that night as well as the light series.
Oh yeah, and that is so. Essentially, the Tuesdays are going to be just a lot of fun. Like, I guess if we would quote unquote say Saturdays are still the premier series to aspire to. Of course, we embrace the whole no stages thing, but of course, with I guess with the next game only having X amount of series and settings, I mean no customs. I'm a little bummed about that. Having stages and playoffs and all that. Ooh, pit stops. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut myself off right there. That is, it looks like almost the entire front pack signaled to pit, all except Zander, actually. So that is big.
And actually, Kailani and Pied Piper went the lap before you. I noticed everyone else signaling, so I think that's what kick-started it all.
And Zander went one lap later. But one thing I noticed though is that Chris and BD gained a lot of time by just being that much more aggressive on pit lane. But you're going to see a lot of people, but just by the value of just short pitting, just gain a lot of time. You'd be surprised at how much time you gain. I think I calculated it to be like 1.2 depending on, like at best, 1.2 seconds on depending on how good you get into the pits and how good you get off.
Yeah, that's about what it was on Saturday, I remember.
Definitely a lot of time to gain. And actually, you can see that Kaylin is... so we're going to be on board with Kaylin here. Or sorry, I guess we're going to be on board with Chris, as I was talking about the value of just being aggressive on pit lane. Kaylin has caught back up to BD, but the value of one lap fresher tires may come back into effect here later on this run, as well as just pitting one lap sooner. Nathan, I'm assuming this is lap 27 now, correct? Or 28?
1 second, 28.
28, okay. Exactly. So we still have a long way to go in this race. So Zander is going to have the value of the fresher tires as well as the more fuel to burn, essentially, so to speak. You can actually, because kind of like the Daytona Talladega rules, you can save fuel in a pack, no problem. If you have like a pack of 10, you can save fuel with just a drop of a hat. It's fine. But with every pit stop, the field gets smaller and smaller because more people make more mistakes. Some people are quicker getting on the pit road. Some people choose differently. So you're going to have those that have a different agenda. So like Chris here jumped Zander and is now far and beyond BD. So he is now actually catching Nathan for the top three. For the top two, I should say. But now that means he's running is not saving as much, so that means you can't save fuel as heftily as much as you would like to by just running in a draft. It's an interesting dynamic, honestly, and T-Bird, I mean, if you want to elaborate further, just like in the value of knowing who to draft with and how many.
Yeah, and we could go back to last night's race where Zander in UK Wildcats used this to perfection where late caution, about 27 laps to go, so a little bit beyond what the expected window is, but Zander in UK hang back in the back of the pack, let off a whole lot, and they're able to make it while the rest of the field in front of them hits for a gas and go late in that race, including myself. And also, there was my second pack that formed during that last run where they were all fuel saving, and MH grabbed a third from fuel saving in that pack. So.
And that is a big thing right there because MH said in his interview that he pit under that last or during that last stint, knowing that he can't fuel save, so he just kind of went, you know what, screw it, throw crap at the wall and see what sticks, and he went pit for 4 tires. It obviously worked for him, and he got back into a podium position with Liam running out of fuel. UK said that he ran out of fuel off turn 2. Zander ran out of fuel coming off of 4. So, yeah, interesting all the way around, as we actually can see now that Nathan, you have company. It looks like the that is technically the 07. I know it says the number is 87, but because apparently the 07 can't be chosen in a custom number, that is Lil Chris actually working with Nathan, actually bouncing off of the short shoot going to turn 1.
I don't think he's quite working with him. More like working around him.
Yeah, but one thing I'm noticing though is Chris is fast, but one thing that we definitely saw last night is that he burned a lot of fuel. And Charlotte is one of those tracks that you actually burn more fuel than you save. So like you lose X amount of laps on fuel by just going hard because you are full throttle about 90 to 95% the entire way around this track. So it's go ahead.
Ryan, this is actually caught me out before. I'm just gonna go over to a different league that we've both raced in, GC Sports. That Charlotte race, you and me going for. I'm fuel saving. You're taking an extra stop, and I didn't realize that we actually had to fuel save. I thought it was just a tire save, so I actually ran out of fuel and coming onto pit road one of my times I went, and cost me in the end because I think the distance was about like 2 seconds. So yeah, you gotta be worried about your fuel and how low you can actually it'll actually run on you.
And exactly, and that, like I said, caught a lot of people out last night. But as you can see now, as the field is definitely starting to spread on out, not every day that you see 218 cars side by side like that. But looks like as the field starts to spread on out, you're using more fuel, and that's just one thing I want to stress. So you will actually use more fuel than you actually would want to. And actually, I'm seeing Kalen right there kind of back on off, and I think he doesn't quite want to be the leader here. He wants to just follow in order to try to save up as much because he is in a nice little pack right there, a pack of 3. BS says he ran out in turn 3. Exactly, that's what I'm getting at. BS in chat right now, so welcome over here. Thank you so much. Yeah, we have differing agendas here. Let's take a break from the front pack and actually take a look at this would be P7 on back. We have Baseball Kid out there watching. Hi, Baseball Kid. Why aren't you on track right now? You're supposed to be racing, my guy. So actually, this is P8. I apologize. Piper is P8. Then you have Clay P9. Looks like Loho P10. Looks like Ty P11. And then Heron P12. So that rounds out the 12-car field.
I believe you have Heron and Ty backwards.
Oh, never mind then. Looks like Ty is starting to struggle a little bit. He is behind everyone right now, and is currently in P12. It's unfortunate, but this is his first race. He just needs to get his feet wet. And if anything,
Yeah,
oh, God.
although I will say, the floor is quite high because normally because in a lot of races by now, you would see someone lap. I believe all the cars are selling the lead lap, despite the fact that we've gone green the entire time, which is a round of applause to everyone on that one.
And that is also a big thing to consider when it comes to strategy as well. I mean, and the whole point is when you have people that are used to stages and then go to race no stages, it's a whole new racing dynamic. I mean, you have a fuel number to hit, you have tire wear that you need to keep track of. There's a lot of aspects that you don't normally think of because stages kind of break up that monotony. Like you have a 30 lap stage. Oh, I'm just going to pit on lap 15 and I'm golden. You know, it kind of takes that bit out of it. So, but in races like
And
this,
if you want to win, you basically have to make 0 mistakes the whole race.
exactly. You know that phrase, putting together a complete race. That's what no stage racing is, essentially. It's putting together a complete race. You may not be the fastest, but if you have the strategy or you have the know-how, you have the know-how, is that what I said? The know-how. I'm sorry, I was looking at loho as I was saying that. Hey, you know, mistakes happen. Anyway, you the know-how. Packers can win at Kentucky, cut an entire pit stop out of his strategy by just going that much longer. And his looks like Thai Racing is on pit road right now. So, what lap is it right now? Actually,
It is lap 44.
ooh, that's really early. That's probably an unscheduled pit stop, honestly. Either that, or he's burning up his tires.
Yeah, it could.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that could happen. Because last run, I actually upped my tire pressure a little bit, and then could barely make it. I had like 2% crossing the line on gas with a gas and go through 27 laps, and towards the end of that race, I had to just stick it to the outside and conserve tire that way. But yeah, definitely a possibility.
Well, it's definitely going to be a big thing. BS is making an observation right now. The last run on Sunday was 28 laps. The normal fuel range is about 25.5 exactly. So, Nathan, actually, if you could do us a favor and let us know when lap 48 is upon us, because I know you just said it was like around lap 44. So like lap 48, because that's when we need to start watching for pit stops. Because, like I said, this is now, as we're approaching halfway through this race, we're going to start seeing those that can't make it in a perfect 3-stop. Of course, we saw it on Saturday, where there was a handful of drivers that was not able to make it in a perfect 3-stop, and you have about, what was it, about 5 of you guys that could, 5 or 6. So, it's going to be a bit of a strategy game, honestly.
Yeah, although I will mention just the way the caution shook out last night, it was much harder to make that final run where you're basically trying to make about 25, 26 this time compared to 27, 28 the final run last night. So not as hard. We'll probably see more people actually make the perfect 3-stop, but also got to keep an eye out for people who don't, especially up towards the front, because that could be huge.
Exactly. And I'm actually looking at Cyber as well. Cyber is off to probably a good old 3-second lead right now. But I don't know if he's burning his tires or if he's just not saving fuel, because I mean, I don't know. As much as I like to see him build a gap, that means he's fast. I mean, he obviously has pace, but is it too much? And that's the point where I start questioning. Because every time we go down the backstretch, I'm looking for people turning hard left to kind of signal going on a pit road.
It's lap 49.
Oh, it's lap 49. Thank you. So lap 50, I would assume that we would start seeing people start to turn left to kind of signal going on pit road. And honestly, I think the first stint is always the experimental part of the race. It's like, okay, what can I get away with? Should I start short stopping? Should I start? Should I go long? Looks like we do see BD and looks like Hunty turn a hard left down to try to take advantage of fresh tires sooner. So those two will be the first ones down pit road here. And Hunty, oh my goodness, Hunty. Oh my goodness! Did anyone else see that?
I was busy looking at Cam and me already.
Hunty gained probably 2 seconds on pit road entry right there. Did not speed. Oh my goodness. And it's little things like that that helps build up. Oh, hang on. He did actually speed. Never mind. Hunty, you did speed, right? Oh, rip. Well, never mind. Never mind. Okay. If he didn't speed, that would have been the greatest pit road entry ever. But yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Oh, we got a car around Loho, I believe.
Oh, that is a 93. The 93 must have been ghosted because we had drivers go through him. Okay, so that is unfortunate from the 93. He was having a great race in P8 before the pit stop started, but that sucks for him right there. But little mistakes like that, you know.
Right, I think it could have been an issue again on the pit road. I mean, it is a rough transition from the apron to the from the track to the apron. It can catch you out. It's caught out people before. Also, it could have been up a bit high on his entrance. We've seen that, and I've experienced that affecting people as well.
And that is a big thing as well. Just practicing getting on pit road. Is Zander now just went down pit lane? I don't quite get the strategy now at this point. Now, if we're coming to the conclusion that everyone can start making it the rest of the way, like on a perfect 3-stop, at what point do you say, okay, I need to stop going long because unless you're hoping for a lucky yellow?
I have a feeling Xander's up to something.
Unless he knows something that we don't.
Because it's not like he's completely off everyone else in the field right now. And he has shown that he could catch back up on his longer runs.
Actually,
he might try something.
Speaking of, with that being said, all things considering, he did actually just jump to P4 from what was P6, I do believe, before pit stop started. So he is now in
P3 before pit stop started.
Oh, he was P3 before pit stops. Never mind, I lied.
He passed me.
Okay, well, never mind. He's about to pass you again.
Hush.
But yeah, so pardon me, I must have not known where he was exactly. To kind of reiterate, though, we have the rest of the back of the pack here. So Hunty is P7, Piper P8, Heron P9, Clay P10, Ty P11, and that puts Loho to P12 because of that spin. Again, I'm not sure quite what caused it right there. I'm assuming, as T-Bird said, he probably just whiffed it coming onto pit road. It's a thing that we've all done before. I've definitely whipped it on going onto pit road before. Atlanta, Chicagoland, definitely almost all the mile and a halves. I've either missed pit road or I've just straight up ignored. Oh yeah, there's the cone right there. It's fine. You know, just go past it.
I've also had my plenty of experiences. I hate Pocono's pit road with passion.
Oh, I think everyone just hates Pocono in general. I mean,
No,
Pocono.
Pocono?
I like the track. I just hate the pit road.
No, I just hate the track.
Well, you're entitled to your own opinion.
Well, and at the same time, like when I made the schedule for next season, I put it like on the schedule like at different points, like 4 separate times. So I'm just like, why? It's because we didn't run it at all in season 0 or in this mini season. So I'm just like, okay, I got to give it some love at some point. So for like the 2 people that actually like it, you know.
I'm one.
Yeah, you're one. Okay, and I know BS is the other one. So that's it. all 2 of you out there that like Pocono. There you go.
Okay to say you're not good at Pocono.
What do you mean? I've won at Pocono. I think there's only one track I can say I've not won at on this game.
Daytona?
No, actually I won at Daytona.
Then it was Talladega.
It's Talladega. I suck at Talladega. I suck at plate tracks actually, just in general. Absolutely.
I wasn't gonna say it.
No, I mean that's why I said it.
No, it's not that either of us are bad at them. It's just always in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Our strategies never work out.
Which you may not really think about it, but like super speedway racing is actually one of the most strategic that you have to think about, especially in a no stage race. It's very very interesting. But because like if you think that like a Charlotte race with no stages it requires like no mistakes, a plate race with no stages requires absolutely you have to be perfect. Getting on pit road, yeah. Hope no one lags. Hitting your marks on entry, on exit. Make sure you don't lose the draft. It's insane if you think about it.
There's like 3 plate races in a row where I got screwed by someone's lag, and it was just killing all the plate vibes for me.
Well, with the new game, with the new physics and all that, I don't know if the plate racing will be better, but it'll be different. So it's going to be a learning curve for everyone. I'll say that. I'm actually very interested to see how not just in MRL but like everyone does with the new game. It's going to be like everyone is going to be back on equal footing.
The one's on pit road again.
Yeah, the one is down pit lane another time. And like I said, I can assume that probably his tire wear is probably not agreeing with him right now. So to kind of go through the field right now, we have the 5 of Cyber out in the lead. Let's find him right now. There he is. The 5 of Cyber. Then you have the 07 of Lil Chris right there entering turn 1. Right there. Then right behind him in P3 is Zander. P4 belongs to Nathan. P5 belongs to BD. P6 belongs to Kalen. P7 belongs to Hunty, which I just passed. There he is. P8 is actually being contested between Piper as well as Heron. So that is going to be P8 and P9. Clay, P10. I don't know if Loho took P11 right now, or if the one of Thai Racing took it back. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, but that is 11th and 12th respectively. 12 drivers are with us tonight, and out of the 12 drivers, we have 9 that are actually racing for points. So very interesting, actually. I can assume that with in comparison to Sunday, where we had 15 drivers and only I think 12 of them were right for points. So very even spread. 3 of them were racing. 3 of them were not racing for points while on both nights. So that's actually interesting to see. T-Bird, who do you have your eye on?
I just honestly want to see what Zander does, because I just had this feeling back in my head that he's trying to pull something here, and I don't know what.
Well, I'll tell you what. If he is trying to work some kind of magic here, he's running out of laps. Nathan, what lap is it?
1 second. 68.
Lap 68. So yeah, whatever he's trying to do, he's going to have only a couple more opportunities to do it. Because I can only assume he probably has about 5-second disadvantage to Cyber right now. He's entering one as he's crossing the start-finish line. So it's a solid half a stretch advantage that he has to make on him.
If you want to do the math, Cyber's 6.7 ahead of me, and Zander's 3 ahead of me.
Oh, so never mind, 3 seconds. Okay. Okay, so just for simplicity's sake, 3 seconds ahead of Zander. However, I'm looking at, I guess as the field kind of spread on out, Piper and Heron are really going at it back here. That is P8 and P9. That is actually the closest battle on track in terms of position. Of course, Cyber is now starting to lap some drivers. He has currently all but the top 10, so 2 cars 1 lap down, and he's actually trying to work on Clay. Well, he's getting closer to Clay right now to lap him. It definitely shows you the pace that Cyber's had right now. Currently, I would assume, apart from when the laps that when Zander has not been pitting, Cyber has been leading every single lap, so that's just domination right now.
Right, he's just had a flat-out brilliant race. Got out to the lead, got out in front of most of the field early, and then just used his long run speed to pull away. And that's just what he's done this entire race, is just use the speed of his car to his advantage. And that's something you will typically see out of a Cyber. Very fast driver, and it's proven tonight.
Exactly. And that's what... Weirdly enough, though, his finishes so far in this mini-season have not reflected his domination that he put on in the Saturday Cup Series. Let's just kind of talk about where he's been finishing so far this season. So that is a P14 at Talladega, a P5 at Atlanta, a P7 at Bristol, and currently in the lead at Charlotte. At this point, last season... he has not finished out of the top 2. So it's definitely a huge shift, as I see someone went through the grass right there. Definitely a shift compared to last season. But this is just for fun season, and because of that, I'm sure his priority is already set on next season.
Fuel window's open.
Is it lap 75?
The fuel window is open.
So
it's 27 to go.
Alright, so it's lap 72 then. 73.
And there is a driver down pit road as we speak. It would be Kaylani.
Kalen, gotcha. Oh,
how do you say that? I don't know.
Yeah, it's Kalen. So Kalen deciding to put it down pit road nice and early to try to jump the rest of his competitors. I don't know if he sped last time around because he definitely dropped off a little bit. So looks like Hunty also brought down pit lane. So that is now, as we go to 25 to go. So I can only assume that Cyber, Chris, and Zander are going to be coming down pretty soon here. Cyber making that hard left turn, so he's going to be stopping this time. I don't think... Looks like Chris will be doing it as well. Zander's going to be staying on out for a little bit longer, but because of where Zander's positioned, he will have to... go on around it. Because of that, he kind of loses some time. Now, I'm not quite sure, but it looks like Cyber came in a little hot right there. I don't know if that was him... I'm not trying to create drama here, but I don't know if that was him speeding or what, but definitely looked like he came in a little hot.
Well, we can compare it to right around if he comes out right after Piper right here.
I guess so. Looks like Zander really he almost missed pit lane right there. He's definitely pushing his limits on going into pit lane right there. Yeah.
Cyber did make it under limit.
There we go. So Cyber definitely coming on out. But however, pivotally though, it looks like Chris was able to gain a little bit of an advantage on Cyber there. Pitting on the same lap and not quite as big of a gap as what it was. Probably brought it down to about a 2-second gap or so. But definitely doable. But I guess we'll see where Zander kind of falls in this as we're going to be following Chris right now. And Zander is now coming out of the pits now. So Cyber will go right on around, and he will follow in behind Chris for sure. But pivotally, though, he'll have fresher tires.
Well, yeah, at this point,
Yeah.
at this, and I do want to say, I think Xander's really close to Chris on the fresher tires. I want to say yeah, he's only about like a second at that.
They're 9/10 apart.
They're 9/10 apart. And speaking of Nathan, you have some company yourself. When did BD pit, by the way?
The lap before me.
The lap before you. All right, so that means so technically you have fresher tires, but he is crucially in your draft, so it looks like you're going to be battling right there. So I'll just let you be right there. Going on board with Zander here. Again, I'm not quite sure of his strategy. I think he was. I honestly, to kind of just guess, he was probably, when he was staying out longer, he was hoping for a lucky yellow to kind of pin most of the field a lap down. But at the same time, it never came out, so now here we are. He's going long, and I don't think he'll have enough time in order to get up there because only 1 lap difference on tires. He's, I think, essentially just left it to his fate.
I wouldn't be so sure of that yet because he's about to catch up to little Chris right here, and if those two can get together and just start knocking away tenths at a time, they could create an interesting finish, but we have to see how well they work together if either of them want to go for a win.
And of course, lap traffic may always play a factor as well. You have Piper here in front of Cyber. That is for P8. As Loho comes on out from his final stop, that is P12 right there. About to go down another lap. That is unfortunate from Loho. But Cyber there looks like he's going to make a quick fast in a hurry of Piper. I don't know what quote that was, but yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why my mind just turned to 2 IQ and and just swimming around in its own stupidity there for a hot second. But yeah, it looks like Loho gives way. So looks like Cyber, quickly gets Piper the first car 1 lap down right there.
Right, and I believe Loho is both him and I believe Ty Racing might have just retired from the race.
I do believe so, yeah. I wonder who actually left first. I think that may be the question. So that determines.
It's probably Ty because we just saw Loho come out before he.
Oh yeah, that means P12 is now Ty. But like I said, that was his first race, so definitely just getting his feet wet. And of course, Charlotte may just be a bad track. I mean, you can't really base first impressions off of just one race. Gotta kind of build up your repertoire, you know what I mean?
Right.
Ooh, looks like Heron trying to get out of the way. Kind of bounced off the wall right there.
Yeah, Zander did overtake Chris, but that might be for the better with the slightly fresher tires, and arguably if someone on this strategy's only made up spots, probably a faster car.
Well, not if he hits the wall like that.
Right.
I mean, it just shows that he's pushing right now. He is, that Zander is pushing. 15 to go. I This may be a hot take, but I think they're going to run out of laps.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you on that one actually. Just off experience, there's times where if the car in first is fast enough, you could just halt as two cars drafting. In theory, would be faster, but at the same time, they could just like halt your progress completely. Um, this is calling back to Saturday night where me and Baseball Kid were trying to run down BD, and we just halted at like 3.2 seconds for an entire run.
And to kind of go through the rest of the field, to kind of take a break from the battle for the lead, Hunty overtook Kalen, that is for P6 and P7. And Piper is still in P8 with 10 cars remaining in the race. Like I said, Loho and Ty Racing were the only two a lap down before quitting. But they are now the first two DNFs from this race. Of course, 100 laps is a long race for some, and for others, it is chump change. Shoot, I would, before I started league racing, I was one of those that did 100% cup races for fun. And just imagine, doing back-to-back Southern 500s. It was, I was booked the entire day.
I think I did one of those sort of races before I started league racing. It was all the way back when I was just like a small little child in like NASCAR 2011.
So like 2 weeks ago.
I've never done a 100% race.
T-Bird, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry. I was just trying to joke with you. Anyway, go on. Go ahead.
But I remember I've done like one, maybe two, and it was back when I was like 7 at like Watkins Glen. So that was yeah. I think that's the only time I did it before I started league racing, to be completely honest.
Interesting enough. Don't mean to change topic. Looks like Kalen actually pit another time. Interesting strategy. I know he's not racing for the win, but it looks like he was not able to make it in that 3-stop window, which actually puts Hunty into that equation of if he can make it. It looks like, ooh, Nathan, what happened to you?
I got really loose.
Oh, that's P5 now for you, and because of that, to kind of remind everyone on the point situation, Nathan currently leads by a monstrous gap of 47 points. It's still going to be a good points night for you, Nathan. However, because of where NASCAR Extreme not racing, he did get last place points by qualifying. He will overtake and take P3 in the standings. Currently, is he 21? Almost. Does a really good job keeping on the bottom right there. The 18's on fresh tires. Yeah, but he did a great job there keeping it to one lane. So definitely knowing that the 74 and the 51 are racing for position, and the 18 behind them are on fresh tires. So we're gonna see how that rolls on around. But like I said, so yeah, Cyber will probably take P4 in the standings. So yeah, with 3 races left, Watkins Glen, Las Vegas, and Homestead, there's a lot that can be done here.
These are not good tracks for me.
Well, that's what you said last time too. How many laps to go, by the way? I know you're busy right now.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
I'll let you know the line.
Yeah.
Six to go.
Ooh, 6 to go. Yeah. And who would have thought that Zander would not have caught Cyber? Unfortunately, that is, just where we have to. If I'm Zander.
My bad, BD. I got loose.
Oh, we're gonna go on board with that. Looks like the 51 and the 74 are side by side. coming to 5 to go this time. 5 to go for the leaders, 5 to go for you guys right now. It's going to be a knockout, drag-out fight. If there's one thing Cyber does not want to see is a caution. And that is... Ooh, yikes. Dangerously close is what I'll say. Yeah, if I'm anyone else but Cyber, I want a caution. Cyber's the only one that wants us to go green. 4 laps to go.
BD hit the apron.
He's still in it, though. He just needs to draft up to you. But yeah, like I said, unless a caution comes on out, Cyber, unless a huge mistake happens, I think he has this race pretty won. 2 to go this time. So with that, shoot, Cyber, a long way coming. I'll say that he has yet to win so far in the lights or in the.
On 3 to go.
Oh, we're on 3 to go. Okay, well, never mind then. The statement still remains, and kind of shifting his focus into the lights for this fun season. He'll be back in the Cup Series next season, next game. But yeah, he wanted to kind of take a step back and run Xfinity for a little bit. So this will be his first win in quite some time. And actually, let me look at the stat and see when he won last. Give me 1 hot second on that.
I remember he won a race at Mid-Ohio last season in lights.
His last win came at Homestead in lights last season. But in that, he won 4 times out of the 6 races that he... 5 times out of the 6 races that he finished in. His other finish actually was a P2. So, what a stat line. What a stat line, either finishing first or second. Imagine that. So, last lap, Cyber coming into turn 3. Chris is also trying to make a move on on Zander right there, coming out of 4. It's going to all come down to this. Cyber taking the checkered. Looks like behind him, Zander will take it. And, oh, that is hard racing right there. Between Nathan and BD. Nathan taking the roval. And to the checker, that is P4 for Nathan.
Meanwhile, Hunty has decided that he likes to stare at the wall on this last lap.
Sometimes it's like that.
It's just been one of those races for him.
I do need full results, just saying. Yeah, good racing, guys. I just need full results, please, so I can do points. That'd be fantastic. I have Cyber, Zander, and Chris as the top 3, so I will send it up here for interviews. All right, cool. I will send it up for interviews here after we load on out. I do want to see fastest lap, but good racing, guys. Caution free. Shoot. So out of the 3 races tonight, we've had 2 caution-free races. Weird how that works out sometimes, honestly. I know for some that's considered a little boring, but oof.
Makes it harder.
Yeah, it honestly makes it harder. As we are seeing Zander with a... Is that the same lap time as last night? 29.651? I'll have to look back at last night for that, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. Or really similar to it. Yeah, Zander, 29.651 is the fastest time. Excellent race. Let's get these guys up in here. T-Bird, any preference on who you want to interview?
No, you can just hand me whoever.
You got to give me something to work with here. I mean, I'll tell you what. I'll do Cyber and Chris, and you can do Xander.
That works.
I just totally went past Chris. Where is he at? Nope. Where is he at? He's around here somewhere.
Although I do want one question for Chris because I think I caught something that you might have missed on in the last run that I want to ask him about.
Oh, why am I in? Okay, my goodness, I'm sorry. I apologize for everyone. I don't know why I was in the offlines. Oi, oi,
Good
oi.
job, Pat.
I know.
Good job.
I know. Um. Oh my goodness. Xander. C. C for cyber. Cyber. And there we go, Chris. Oh my goodness. I don't know why that took 5 years, but here we are. I had to find him, but I did. I ended up finding him. Oh, okay. Well, apparently, Clay wants him to take the interview. Okay, that's interesting. But I guess that's his team owner. So let's invite him up here. Never actually encountered that one before. All right, so we have Cyber and Xander. We're just waiting for Clay. There we go. While we are finishing all that, let's go through the full finishing results. Of course, if we gave away points for leading the most laps, I'm pretty sure Cyber would have gotten that. Almost no doubt. Cyber, Xander, Lil Chris is the top 3. Nathan P4, BD P5, Hunty P6, Piper P7, Heron P8, Clay P9, Kalen P10. That is yikes from Kalen right there. Unfortunately, was not able to make it in a 3-stop strategy. And then, as we said, Loho and Ty Racing 11th and 12th. Good racing all around, guys. This is the podium. So let's just start with I guess. Well, not he didn't finish P3. But I guess Clay is going to take Chris's interview. This is interesting. What's the reason for that?
Chris just wasn't able to make it in tonight. He had some things he had to go do, but he offered me the chance to go do the interview, and I guess I will. Certainly didn't expect that tonight. I was by far the slowest car out there on the track, but I just appreciate how Chris worked with us tonight and how he worked as a whole. I know he tried to work hard with you there at the end there, Xander, to get up to Cyber. But it just didn't work out for y'all. I think some lap traffic might have gotten in the way there, but RWI is just having a great time racing this year. Unfortunately, about half of our team couldn't make it in tonight for various different reasons, but we've been having a good time racing so far this year, and we get another podium. We're pretty excited about that as a team.
Well, excellent job, actually. Well, I mean, T-Bird, you said that you had a question for Chris. Now, will it still apply to Clay, or no?
No, I could probably access one with Xander too, so I'll just access it with him.
Okay. Well, I mean, Clay, RWI definitely has been putting together a good team, and I guess as co-owner of that, it's unfortunate that like NASCAR Extreme, Wade, Wasted, couldn't come on out, but you had Heron as well as Chris, who isn't running for points, but still running for points on Sunday. Brand new team, same with the Chaos Crew. What are your expectations as we look through the rest of the season? Like, do you have any goals that you want to set for the team, or just individually?
I know, I don't know, kind of our joint goal, mine and NASCAR Extremes, when we formed the team was to chase championships, but a lot of us are just working on getting better in league racing as a whole. So working on racing cleanly, learning how to maybe quell a little bit of aggressiveness or being too aggressive, but also trying to win when we can.
Well, definitely. You guys came close tonight, but unfortunately, in a caution-free race, it just seemed like the field was so evenly matched. So you came close, but perhaps next week at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, thanks.
Right. Anytime. So now we move on to Zander. So I have to go to Riley Earps, my least favorite driver in the Xfinity Series.
Mine too.
There we go. And yet you chose him as your driver. So
Monster.
Well, I guess sponsorship has to take you to dark places.
Yes.
So Xander, from a win last night to another podium tonight. I mean, I know this is going to be a pretty like, oh really, no crap pattern thing, but like,
Broad. Yeah.
what was the difference tonight?
Um, just well, before I answer that question, I want to say thank you to Lil Chris. I know he's probably listening, or Clay, you can pass the message. It was great working together at the end. I appreciate the help trying to go catch him. The number 18 Monster Energy Super was super fast. We had
Don't say it.
some pretty good cars. Gio obviously brings some great cars every week, and I'm blessed to have him as a team owner because he's a great guy. But I don't know. I took a sense of urgency very quickly because starting 11th, I knew that this race was going to be a little bit different than last night. It was going to be a lot of patience, a lot of people that are talented. A lot of people are talented in this league, and you're not often will you find races that have a lot of cautions, and this one had none of them. So Cyber, I love Cyber, obviously. I've been racing this man for I don't know how long, and he just kicks my behind again. So he's got a great car. He's a great driver. He knows not to make mistakes, and I made a couple too many. Trying to get to the field, I hit the wall a couple of times at the end, trying to be a little too pushy, and it's what happens.
Oh well, I mean, I guess little mistakes like that, and especially in a caution-free race, everything matters. But still, a P2 is a great result, especially from starting in the rear. I know this, like I said, you're not racing for points, but still, just racing for shots and goggles. We have, I guess, 2 podiums to add to your name. Well, technically, 3 podiums. No, you didn't race Saturday. Never mind, I lied. 2 podiums at the end of the weekend. So, but yeah, T-Bird, you said you had a question for Xander.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to final run where you and Lil Chris were going. It seems like you had a tiny bit of an issue with lap traffic. You think that affected the outcome of the race much at all?
Well, I don't really know what happened with Piper and Chris, but I feel like I think that Piper helped me out a lot. Actually, gave me a draft and got on my way, and then for what I don't know what happened with him, but I don't think it would have affected it. I mean, Cyber it was either we were consistent, it was like maybe a tenth every 2 laps. So I felt that I had a little bit of an off strategy. I went a couple extra laps, and I tried to do that just because gain a tire advantage, and I mean it kind of worked, but it didn't. So I mean. At one point, I was 7th, 8 seconds back to Cyber and clawed my way back to 2 seconds. So I'm ecstatic with that. No quit for my guys. I mean, they might have had some awful pit stops like always, but man, we don't stop. I mean, I've never pushed a car that hard at Charlotte. I got my first win at Charlotte on this game last night. So I hate this place. I absolutely hate Charlotte. I suck there. I hate it. I've had so many close races. Patton beat me by like a hair there at FRL, and I still will never forget that race. So, Patton, I hate you for that. But
love you too.
Love you too. Great team owner. But whatever. I'm on a tangent. Not how I planned it. Just like J. Cole. On to Cypher. I want to hear what he has to say because I love that man.
All right. Well, I guess let's move on to the man himself. So going over to Matt Mills. Very uncyber-like season so far. We went through your stats and lights. 18th at Dega, 5th at Atlanta, and 7th at Bristol. But back to victory lane here, Cyber. Well, first of all, I mean, apart from the obvious question of like how does it feel to be back in victory lane, it seemed like with you moving and taking a step back from Cup just for the time being, of course, going back there in the new game, you had a lot of expectations riding your stat line last season. 5 wins and every single race was a podium, and now you're back here. So how does it feel?
First of all, I just want to correct you, Dig. I got 14th, not 18th.
Bruh, what do you mean?
But yeah, It feels really good to be back in victory lane. Like when I saw this racetrack on the schedule, the Dash for Cash, I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to be a threat for that one because I obviously went toe to toe with B Right Racing here in an in controversy, which that race I've learned so much since then. But yeah, car was dominant. It was fast. It was steady. Hardly made any mistakes. Just kept my poise in the driver's seat and just pulled away to a win. I was just getting like a little worried in that situation when I knew tire management with the tire advantage with the guys behind me. Like I pitted early a few times and I was like, okay, I got a good lead. I don't think they're gonna get to me, and I stabled it to a good gap and just kept it going steady and straight and got W.
No. So you're telling me that your car was as fast as Xfinity Internet?
You
That's
can
my
probably say
line.
that. It was probably fast like KL did in the Coke 600 earlier this year.
Oh, there
That's
we
what it
go.
felt like to me.
And yes, you do. I do stand corrected. It is 14th. I don't know why I said 18th, but that seems to be a running trend of you guys correcting my own stats. So I feel like I get a stat wrong every single time I go here. I have them written down right in front of me, so like I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, Cyber. Dominant performance. You said that the car was on rails. Let's be real. Were you? I'm sure you're the only person that was not hoping for a caution. And it didn't come. But what was your mentality like? Were you like preparing for a caution at all, or?
You always got to prepare for anything that could happen unexpectedly. I mean, that's what a racing mentality is. Like, you just got to prepare for the unexpected whenever it happens, or if it doesn't happen. Like, yeah, basically that.
Well, there we go. T-Bird, do you have any questions for Cyber?
I think you covered it all.
Well, there we go. Watkins Glen is next for all of you guys. I know Zander for sure is looking forward to it.
Well, I won't be here for the Saturday race, but I will be here for Sunday and Monday.
Oh, there we go. So I don't know how you guys are looking forward to Watkins Glen. It's the singular road course of
Can't
the
wait for
season.
that race.
So I mean, I don't know. What do you guys feel? What are you guys' expectations?
A win.
Confident.
Clay?
Either I wreck every 4 laps again, or I'm on the podium.
That's a big. That's a big.
I like that confidence.
I'm either gonna finish last or I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not usually the one to boast. I know people will say that I am, but I try not to at least. But Watkins Glen, I love road courses. Everyone knows that. I just kind of turned up into a road course racer all of a sudden, so I'm looking forward to Watkins Glen for sure.
Oh, there we go.
For myself, I'd really like to just shoot for a top 10, but for the team, obviously, I want to see one of our guys come away with a win.
That's a great team runner right there.
And we will see exactly what happens with that. I mean, I guess Watkins Glen is going to be a big question mark in terms of a lot of people's races. Road courses are some people's specialty, and some people won't have as much experience there. But with that being said, Watkins Glen is going to be next up for both Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So the Cup Series is going to be returning next week. So thank you all so much for coming on out and watching. Well, I guess all 3 races at Charlotte. They've been a blast to race. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. We broke records for viewership this past week. We hit 8, and I thank you all so much for watching. And for everyone racing, you guys are fantastic. And this is why I do what I do. So Watkins Glen next week. If you're interested, check out Fastlane. We're going to be recapping and going over what made the different racers win this week. So we'll see you then. This will be released Thursday for Fastlane, and then next Saturday we'll be back on track. See you guys, everyone.
The peace.
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 See ya.